Hey guys, today we're going to the Voyager Provincial Park, which is not too far from my hometown. We're going there because I want to show you something. I want to show you something I got recently. So it's going to be a game changer for me and for this channel, as well, I don't want to spoil too much. Come and check it out.
What are you talking about?
Established in 1966, Voyager Park was formerly known as Carillon Provincial Park. The park has 416 campsites located about an hour drive from Ottawa and Montreal.
Wow!
Voyager Park also has day-use facilities with large picnic areas and 4 beaches on the Ottawa River. There are 2 easy hiking trails. In the winter, cross-country ski trails are available. Hey guys, we've made it to the campground. Now the question is, what am I going to use to camp with?
I don't know.
So those that have seen the Deer River State Forest video, you'll understand I wanted to check out other options than camping in a tent. We'll need to pack up the camp as well. We're all packed up. That took me a good 5 hours.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
That's way too long, guys. I can't do that 5 hours. And it took me a few hours to set up as well. I'll have to figure something out. To be comfortable in a tent, it takes a lot of real estate in your vehicle. You could just throw a tent and voila, just open your sleeping bag and that's it. So I've looked at some options.
It's time to discuss other options. Other options?
I don't like putting up a rooftop tent. First of all, I like to drive my Jeep topless during the summertime with no doors. Although I know you can do it with a rack. Some racks will allow you to remove your soft top or flip it down. But you still have that rack. And if you have a rooftop tent, you still have that to covering the back of your Jeep. So I wasn't really a fan of that option for me. It might be for you, or it's easy setup. I mean, you have everything with you. You don't have to pull a trailer, especially in the trails. You have a lot more liberty with where you want to go and set up camp. Also rooftop tents, then you have to climb a ladder. If you want to go to the bathroom during the night, you have to unzip, get out, down the ladder, and then back up. I didn't want that. If you have pets, you have to bring them up, bring them down. A rooftop tent will necessitate more mobility. Then I started looking at trailers. Well, trailers, as you all know now, they're getting very expensive. So I've looked at some options. Here in Canada, we're limited with what we can. I guess you can buy anything from anywhere, but with lots of paperwork and red tape, which I didn't want to do. So I limited myself on looking, okay, what's available in Canada? Well, my choices were limited. I could either have a trailer with a rooftop, with a tent, rooftop tent style, which would be lower, a bit more nimble than a bigger trailer. But again, you're sleeping in a tent. I've looked at those options. Here in our area, Prospector makes great quality products. If you want a trailer, off-road, and you don't mind the rooftop tent, or if you just want a trailer and the rooftop tent goes on your Jeep, or you just decide to have a tent, they have great trailers, and I would suggest for you to look them up if you're interested in a lightweight, tough, durable off-road trailer. I've also looked at the off-grid trailers which are made out in Western Canada, in Alberta. Very good trailers, no wood, all aluminum, steel frame, aluminum, nothing will rot in there, sturdy, very well made and very well equipped, but pricey. Mission Overland trailers, which are made again in Western Canada. They are in Manitoba. Very well made, just like off-grid trailers, very well equipped. The Summit, what I like about it, compared to the off-grid trailer teardrop, the teardrop you crawl in from either side, but the Summit is you go in through a back door where the bed is at the other end of the trailer, so you crawl in, so you can crawl out without stepping over anybody. And what I like about the Summit is that there's a hinged top where it goes up, and I believe it's right up to 6'6" or something like that. And at least you have a trailer that you can stand up and get dressed in, and you just want to stretch your legs. What I like is the bed is kind of a table that you bring down at night, but during the day you install it as a table, a kitchen table, with there's two seats on each side. Can easily sit 4 in there, so you can play cards or do whatever you want. If it's raining outside, at least you have an option to stay in. So those were the more expensive trailers I was looking at. Great trailers, but not for me right now. Now, looking at a more budget friendly option, there was the Sunset Parc Sunray 109 Sport, which is a 12-foot trailer. It is teardrop style, a bit bigger, a bit higher up, with a door, one door that you go in, but the bed is kind of a couch that you pull down, so there's somebody that has to sleep behind by the wall. You have to crawl over to get out. Very affordable. Of course, they're made out of wood and some aluminum panels, but for what I wanted to start off with, they seem to be very good. They had the kitchen in the back that raises. I really liked that aspect, that you can stand up covered with that door that protects you, and that you have your fridge. They had a microwave, which I would have removed. I don't need that overlanding. Also, they had a little sink and a stovetop and some cupboards. There was another one, either called the Clipper 9.0 or the Viking 9.0, which was made a bit like a teardrop, which was similar in shape, or the way it flows, similar to the Mission Overland trailer. But the big thing with that one, it has a pop-up roof that you can stand, a bit like the Summit. Those were my options, and so the one I've opted for was the Viking 9.0, and made it my own, made some modifications to it. Come along, I'll give you a little tour of my new trailer. Voila, the Viking 9.0. They say it's off-road, but you got to be careful. I wouldn't go in any big trails, maybe just gravel roads, logging roads, and it's very nicely appointed. I like the way it's made. So one of the first things I did, this spare, was underneath the frame. It would take a lot of space underneath. I removed this spare, and I had it mounted here just to save some space, and also it's easily accessible this way. I've added this extension for the hitch. Putting that spare there will remove some of that mobility. So before it used to be underneath, but now since it's up there, it gets in the way a little bit when you turn. So with this extension, I have no issues. I removed a battery from this one, which was an AGM battery, which I switched for a sealed lithium battery, which is underneath the bed. So I've added this box. It opens up, so a lot more storage Got some, you know, storing chairs and all kinds of accessories. So it gives me a lot more room to bring stuff along. Another thing that I switched or changed was this trailer jack. The trailer jack was originally in the middle. It was very hard. You had to bring it up and remove with a pin the wheel underneath, which I hated, which took too much time. So I removed this and just put a traditional trailer jack with a wheel. Made some changes to the brake, the automatic brake. I've repositioned it, removed the brackets for the battery, and installed brackets for this case. So I went to a local welder to install this storage box. All those changes made it really functional. A lot of changes at the front here. The battery is not there anymore, it's inside. I wouldn't suggest, don't put a AGM or a regular lead acid battery inside. Lithium batteries are sealed, so they're safe to put in. Hence they put them in all kinds of RVs, boats. A lithium battery can go down to 10%, some 20. The one I have is 10% without any issues. As a AGM battery, 50% is pushing it. This RV has solar, 200 watt solar panel, which recharges my lithium battery in a few hours, which is a 200 amp hour battery. This one is a 2023, but still brand new. The thing that I like about it, and that's the reason, one of the reasons I got it, is it's a teardrop, but you can stand in it. Just to give it more clearance, I removed the steps that would protrude underneath. So I just removed them, just 4 bolts, very easily to reinstall if I want to. And instead I'm using just a little stool to get in. So this RV is equipped with a 200 watt solar panel on top to recharge my lithium battery. So running my fridge, which is a 12 volt fridge, the fan on the propane heater all night, fridge all day, plus some little plug-ins for lights. By, let's say, by noon or 1 p.m., my battery is fully recharged from the previous night and previous day. So it rarely goes under 90%, even if I use a lot of things. I'm planning on installing a bigger inverter in there, installed to that new battery that I've installed. So that might take a bit more, but those are projects down the line. As you can see, I've put some advertisement for my YouTube channel at the back. I've had a few people say, I've just subscribed to your YouTube channel because they saw that. So thanks to all of you. And a little side note, those that are not subscribed, I would like if you could subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. For me, I don't make any money out of it. I don't even monetize my channel. I make it for the fun of it. And one of the fun of it is having subscribers. So this little door is a temporary door you just remove. First thing you want to do when you pop it up for the 9.0 is you want to install the door, which is quite easy. So the door is just sits on the bed, and you just take it out and just install it when you pop it up. So you install it from the inside. So you just pop it in. There are 2 little latches that you put in. There's Velcro all around. One snap here. Then you put the Velcro. Same thing on the other side. Sometimes the Velcro gets in the way a little bit, but you get used to it. There you go. And you have a full-size door. No unzipping or anything. So if we go in, these things you just put here to secure the door, which goes in its track, and there you go. Have a full door. So you have a 12-volt fridge, which is big enough, and like I've said, this will be powered by the solar panel and the existing battery without any problems. And this one is a fridge freezer. You can either have it all fridge, all freezer, or a fridge and a freezer. This is made by Everchill. It's a fridge freezer that's not, high-end, but it does the job. When you travel and it gets quite hot in here, the little fridge has trouble keeping up, because here it could be 120 inside when it's all enclosed. So, but when it's opened up and there's fresh air, it has no issues cooling down. Double bed. Me and my wife are used to sleeping in a king-size bed, but having the sides, the walls on each side, you can actually lean a little bit against them, is big enough for me and Vicky. And what I like is you crawl in, so anybody can slip out during the night. So I'll put a little cassette toilet here. Well, underneath the bed, which I just have it held with a piece of wood here, I've reinforced the bed panel and the side here, and with some screws, and so you got plenty of storage space. On this side I don't put much, nothing heavy or that could damage all the pipes. The piping in there is quite extensive and not made in a fashion to save space. I find that it could have been better. This is a Renogy 200 amp hour battery, which I secured with brackets on each side, plus strapping just to hold it down. So brought everything inside, and it's working very well. So you have the hot water tank, water pump, and all the other wiring and plumbing. So here's a little sink, the fridge underneath. This thing here, you can put a burner on here if you want to cook inside if it rains. I've added this little upgrade. I just took a bamboo cutting board and made a little sliver here for the sink. Underneath, what I did is I put some tabs. The way I've positioned them, it prevents them from sliding, and it gives you more cupboard space if you don't need to use a sink. So this RV has a heater, so propane heater. It has 110 outlets, a bit everywhere. There's a 12-volt outlet here, 110 there to power the fridge. There's the heater, exhaust. They have a control panel, smart charger for lithium or AGM. You should just select the type of battery you have. And so this one is charging now at 0.1 amp because the sun is going down and I'm in a shaded area. This is your fuse box, and here is your water pump and your water heater. This little unit has a AC, that which we really enjoyed this summer when we went down to the New Hampshire area. So more plugs, carbon monoxide alert. It has some lights for inside, which is kind of a night light, and a little outdoor light. If it gets hot, there's a screen to get some fresh air in. Of course, you get some ventilation as well on both sides. Comes with a fire extinguisher, fire alarm as well. I've added this little thermostat. This I've added, so I have a magnet, a light with a magnet. If I want just a little light for the sink, this would be the light. And you can remove. It's a reading light, which I will also install On each side here, I put the little shelf, and also a little metal plate to put in those reading lights. It has an exhaust fan and 2 windows on each side. So underneath the sink, there's also a little cupboard area where I keep my utensils and some plates and things. And also underneath, there's some storage that goes behind this. So some more storage. So this is the exterior light. There is a grill that goes there that hooks up. There is an exterior shower, regular shower like all other RVs. I brought a little pop-up tent that I just put beside it, and I use that shower outside, but at least covered with that little pop-up tent. Works very well. The exhaust from the heater, propane heater. This is a drain for the gray water from the sink. There's a quick connect for propane, liquid propane that hooks up to the plaque. There is a pass-through storage, which you can put a lot of things in here. You have all the different intakes for the water. This is for the water tank, which holds, I believe, 26 gallons or something. You even have extra solar panel hookup if you want to install other solar panels. It's pre-wired for that. So you have the electric plugs. Those are all on this side with the exhaust for the air conditioning. It also has a nice little roof rack that you can put boxes on top, or I wouldn't put anything too heavy. It's very sturdy though. I might look at the option of putting in a little awning. If you have a dog and you want to put it on a leash, there's a little hook there to put the leash. And last but not least, we have 4 stabilizers. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little tour of my little Viking Express 9.0, which I call Kiddo. Thanks for Vicky to finding that name. We'll try it out. We'll put it through its paces and test it out on the soft trails and overlanding. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or comment below. I will add some links about this trailer in the description. So until next time, I wish you health, love, and prosperity, and stay safe on the trails.